Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new tutorial. I know it has been quite a while. Um, well, let's just put it this way. Some days I've not been emotionally up to it, and other days I was just, I just wanted to do this painting that I can't record because it takes too long. And my PC won't handle it. No, my camera won't handle it. But today I have a quick, easy tutorial on how to draw and paint this cute little creature right here. It is a doggy in a cupcake, and he's wearing a hi-hat, and the ankle's kind of weird. So, So you don't really see what I'm going for. Like, the hat is way higher in real life. Wait, let me just handle for a bit and then you can see it. Oh, okay, it does not fit in the screen. Oh. Well, you get the idea, right? So, there we go. Ignore the lines that I drew right here, if you can see them. They are just like, hey, that's in the screen. So, this is quite a quick drawing, and the reason why I'm doing this is because, obviously, you want to be able to draw it before you can paint this. Or, I could make a traceable, I guess. But then it'd have to be for very different sizes and stuff. Okay, so basically what you want to do is you start off with the cupcake shape, and it's not that difficult. If you find this difficult, you could first make it a rectangle and then go like, okay, from the bottom I do 1 centimeter and 1 centimeter here, and then you get the same shape. And what you want to do is just make these little like pointy thingies, right? Because that's how cupcakes work. I came up, well, Hank, actually, my twin brother, came up with this idea, at school. These lines are not necessary, by the way, for your painting, because it's kind of self-explanatory, and, like, honestly, I mean, you're gonna work with darker values over here and lighter values over there, but, I mean, it's not that important. I've skipped one. There we go. And then what you want to do is, you could either make a round shape. It depends on what creature you're going for. I would do make a round shape, but since I'm gonna go make a doggy, the round shape's not gonna be as big as his head. This is just gonna be the high part of his head. So, this, and actually what I think I might do is erase some of the width that is in here. Like, just make it this big. Yeah. So the doggy has sort of this shape to it, right? And then he has ears as well. And these ears, they look like this. It's one line curving like this, and then the second line curves like this. This indent is really important if to indicate if he has a sort of stiffer ears or just very flappy ears, like. This ear design could also work on a hamster. Oh, that's too short. Yeah. See, because obviously hamsters have these ears as well. And, you know, you could make a little nose over here, two small eyes, and two teeth with a line over here, and you have a hamster, right? You could make little thing hair on top. I don't know. But we're gonna go with the doggy for now, I guess. And dogs have this kind of. There we go. And these are really fun doodles for in your notebooks as well, if you are still at school. There we go. And then the mouth runs like that. And there is a little tongue sticking out. And I didn't leave enough space for the bow tie, but I don't know if we're going to do that anyway. Yeah, if you want him to have a bow tie, leave some more space. No, you know, you could do the eyes however way you want it. Like, this is obviously a possible design. I am, I don't know, I prefer this one, the one in which he has the sparkly eyes, but it doesn't really matter which one you choose, it's really personal preference. And then sort of on this line, if you extend it, you're gonna have two of these oval shapes, and they will represent plushies. See? Are really cute. And actually, let me just get my eraser so that there, so that I can erase that extra bit of cupcake. And you know, I obviously can't do a tutorial on all the ways you could dress this dog. You know, I could make a tutorial on how to do some of them, but it'd be a separate tutorial, and I just scan in the dog and make it multiple times, right? Because obviously I don't have time for that. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty cute. And a little bit of hair. And there we go. And you could also make this, like, have sort of his paws sticking out over the cupcake form thing. But I don't know, I tend not to do that simply because I don't know what the fuck these paws would look like. What I do is make a square shape and then just add this to it, but I mean, just see however way you want that to, whichever way. This is the second time I said that. Damn. Okay, well, so that's how to draw the dog. Now let's get on to the painting. Okay, so hey, hi. We're on to the painting. So I'm using a 40 centimeter by 40 centimeter canvas, and you know, if you live in the USA, you don't work with centimeters, then that's fine too. Then get a square canvas and you're done, right? So what I'm doing is making a white center for the canvas, because we're first gonna do the background, and you know, don't make it too difficult. Just make it like a smooth transition into your background color, right? So add some interest to the background. Remember when blending, you want to use light pressure. There we go. And this is kind of a quick and easy tutorial, like a Santa thing from the art shop or something like that, you know? Something really easy, something like along there. Like it's I did a Tinkerbell painting once, which was actually quite challenging, but when you look back at it, it's just colouring a figure, like a character. Just colouring it, that's basically what you're doing, and you shouldn't make that too complicated, right? I'm lightening up my centre because I wasn't happy with the colour that I had gotten out of that, because, you know, this is around the tone that I want, and the edges. Over here is where I want this tone to be. Remember, you're working in acrylics, so that's why I'm working quickly. I'm not working as quickly as some of the other artists might do it, because I've only had, what, like 7 months of experience now. Okay. Well, that turned out a bit too dark, so I'm going to use that here. Remember that brush directionality is the thing, and in this case you want a nice round looking, like a curvy kind of look. I'm working on the top of the canvas right here, it's really annoying. Oh yeah, I'm using cheapo no brown paint, like nothing professional. I do have professional paint, but I don't like to, you know, I like to paint with it, but then it just feels like I'm wasting so much money, and if it does not turn out well, then, well, it's lost, right? But, you know, I do, but just not for the video. I do use it, it's just, I don't know. We need to lighten up the center some more, but, you know, we'll do that in a bit. And if you're going for the painterly effect, don't overblend your white with your red. Like, don't do that. Just make sure you have these streaks things. Go. I tend to overblend things, and I don't know. Mostly, it looks alright if you do. Like, it doesn't damage the quality of the painting in any way. Well, it does, because, you know, you want the painterly effect, I guess. But, I mean, it does not make it ugly, which is important, I guess, to not make it ugly. You know, obviously everyone has his own taste, and what I find ugly you may find beautiful, but in general I think people want their art to be appreciated, and I think there's also some sort of standard of what people like. I don't know, there are things that I think all 90% of the population likes, and there are also things that I think 90% of the population hates. Which is kind of the standard by which I go when I judge, well, do I like this painting or not? There we go. Trying to work out all the paint that got to the top of the brush. It shouldn't, but I mean, this brush is really quite an awful brush, and I don't know. I don't handle paint well quite yet. I mean, that'll come with practice as well, I guess. The reason why I'm doing the background first and then I move on to the dog is because the dog Cupcake thing is because, well, first of all, if you're using high quality paints that cover well, you're probably not going to see the dog drawing through it, and second of all, I wanted this blending effect, and if I draw the dog, I'm going to colour it in and make a background around it, which would not give me the same effect. Oh, those are nice and painterly strokes. Like I said, the key to this background is really just working fast. It's nothing more or less than that, because everybody can do this, but if you're working too slow, it's not going to blend. Or you want to do circle by circle, right? And then you get sort of the same thing. Like if you do this circle by circle, it'll blend as well, and you can work a bit slower. I just like the way this works because it feels like every time I put paint on the canvas, I'm actually making a lot of progress. I need to put out more white paint. Let's see if I can squeeze some more out of this tube. Yes, I can. Okay, good. Like, this tube is like really empty, and yet I somehow get some more of that white paint every time. actually take it out of the standard for the edges. Because I'm going to paint the edges, but I'm not going to record that, you know, because that's not interesting. But I do still want to record this little bit right here, just so you can see the end result. And as you can see, my white center is kind of off center. So now if that happens to you too, kind of see how you like it best. Like, do you like it something like that, or the other way around, or maybe, you know, kind of take a look at that. This is my darker side. I see that now, and I think dark should be, normally it's at the bottom, but I kind of like it like this. But yeah, so I'm going to paint the edges and back, so bye. Right, so we're back. Yay. And as you can see, I've drawn what we're going to paint on there. And what you're going to want to do now is mix some, you're going to take a smaller brush than you used before. So I've used this one right here, this one, and it's not in great shape. But I used this one for the background, and now we're going to use this one, which is clearly smaller, for the dog itself. And I'm going to make a brown dog. If you're making a white dog would look kind of cool too. I'm gonna make it a white dog, and it's gonna have some hint of a little hint of brown, I guess. But mostly white. Yeah. Like, oh, I'm gonna get a brown dog. Oh wait, yeah, I'm weird. Or maybe it's a light brown dog. That could work too. So you're gonna want some green, some red, and some white. Or if you have brown, white will work too. And I don't really care what kind of brown you're using. I'm using low quality paint, so what I'll have to do is I'll give it another layer, because obviously this is not covering, you know, on camera it might be, but it's not. I don't know what you're seeing right now. Yeah. So I think I might make the background part sort of sped up for a bit, because, you know, no one really cares. Everyone can do that. But you know, if you can do that, you can do this. I'm pretty sure you can. Because it's basically the same principle, just coloring and blending, right? Now, if you did this with pencil like I did, then first of all, note to self, buy watercolor pencils. Second of all, you're gonna want to make the dog somewhat wider than what the pencil says, because you want to cover the pencil lines. There we go, so there's a little sort of highlighted area right there. And this is just the base coat, so when you do the second layer you could always add shading to it. The highlight wasn't really necessary in that perspective. I'm going to actually paint over the blushies, they're not important quite yet. And because this is a lighter colour, it's easier to cover. Which is why I'm not caring. The layer 4 on top of this might just actually be white. Like just white. I think that'd be kind of cool. I'm sorry for all the fireworks. It's just, it's obviously the last day of the year and people are just like going insane with the fireworks. You know what, you could also cover the eyes, it's not really that important at all. Since you're gonna get that some black as well. Yeah. That covers white pretty well. So, yeah, it's even easier than I thought, this painting. Like, I'm kind of doing too much work for it right now. I don't think this painting relies on brush directionality except for the background, but if you do want to keep some direction in your painting, I would advise you to work like this, and the cheeks are obviously sort of circle things, so yeah. If you prefer working with brush directionality, then that is totally the best option. I'm just sort of doing this, making sure it's covered because there's another layer going on top of it, and therefore the direction is really not that important at all. Oh, a little bit on the bow tie. I was struggling drawing the bow tie because the bow tie is sort of something, it's a lot of fabric in a certain shape, and fabric is obviously challenging already, and then the bow tie thing just kind of makes it more challenging. That was sort of, yeah, a challenge. And there we go. To light this area up a bit. It was too dark. There we go. I'm recording, but yes. What is that? Yeah, thank you. They can't see you, they can only see the painting. What? Is just gonna keep entering my room now? Okay. Yeah, you could totally do that, or you could not. Let's see. Some brown again. There we go. Always mix from the edges. You know, the art ship always says that, and it's the one thing that I wasn't very good at until I practiced it in painting, because the rest was kind of okay from the start, but that was the thing that got me struggling the most. Okay, so he's gonna have some sort of yellow colour. Okay. Well, something like that should be okay for now. Kind of want the snap to be a different colour as well. There we go. That's gonna look really cute. Rinse off your brush again, and I think we're going to be moving on to the hat, because I haven't quite figured out what colour I want the cupcake thing to be. Yeah, that's going to be a challenge. I'm using this soft body paint from some sort of no-name brand no one cares about ever. Actually, let me add in a little bit of blue to that. Just a tiny bit of blue. There we go. Got myself some blue. Okay, get some blue, get some black. And start filling in the hat. You can probably see my face all through the video, that's no weird. Oh yeah. Yeah, you know how these high top hats always look polished and everything? Well, you could either use a yeah, what's it called? Like the opposite of matte medium would be, well, it would be shiny, but I mean, it's not what it's called, like, right? I don't know. Whatever. You probably know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, this is quite more challenging than I thought it would be. Because this can be sort of like part of the same surface, but you don't want it to look flat. So what you're going to want to do is first of all grab a smaller brush because this isn't working. And second of all, you're going to want to add some highlights that make clear where is what, right? I'm sorry if I'm quiet, I'm sort of thinking. There we go, the black's covering really nice. That's nice. Really, really nice. Oh. Sorry, clean water. And then get a touch of white. Just sort of you can't see the top of that. So to start adding some highlights right here. So this is where I admire some other artists for being able to do this. They leave it like this. I can't do that. And I'm able to. I am that person. I blend everything until it looks smooth. It's finished like this. Just want to blend. And I shouldn't. So no, just. Like this. I'm doing it. I'm leaving it the way it is. I'm just gonna do that. There. I'm really proud of myself right now. You don't know what progress that is. We want to add a little white, black, a little more black underneath this, like here. To indicate the little border over here. And I don't know, I kind of want to make a little grey, just sort of add it all along this line. Indicate there is a line there. I'm sorry if I'm in the way. I'm probably in the way, I'm pretty sure. But I mean, it's needed. I think that looks pretty decent. So that part of the painting is done. Just need a little border over there though. And this recording is actually going to take quite long, I guess. Oh, this is an easy painting for me. Like 2 hours ago. Yeah, if I make that red, you could have a little... You could have... Oh my god, that'd be so cute if there's a little rose over there. I don't know that. With a bow tie being grey. I don't know, you should also have a little tail. Oh my god. The nice thing about this red is that it does not need a second layer because the background is a shade of red as well. And the reason why I added the blue into the black, because you know you can't really see it, is because subconsciously you will sort of notice it, so that if I add a blue in here at any point, it won't look odd. Plus you see it right here in the highlights. You can sort of see that there is a blue in there, right? So yeah. Really like the way the hat's turning out. I hope the dog will work out sort of with a similar quality to it. There we go. And obviously this is not like one of your masterpieces, right? Once you paint, like, you're painting this for fun. It's not going to be something really serious. It's not a serious subject anyway, it's just a dog. Like, this is more of a painting you do when you're happy. It's just like, I feel like I could take the world, let's do this, right? Which I'm totally not, but I'm making myself feel happy. That's how I see it. But you know, yeah, I mean, you could do that too. I mean, just make yourself happy by painting a happy painting. It can totally work. But you know, sometimes you just paint to get all your feelings out, and then happy paintings don't work. Again, adding some blue to the black. And, you know, you could make the hat and the bow tie any colour that you like. Because it's your painting, you have artistic liberty. And you know, totally, if you if you paint this painting and you have the opportunity to sell it, you don't need to ask me if you can, because I 100% understand where you're coming from. I have a hard time selling my paintings, so I would definitely not stop you. Definitely not. I'm gonna take a small round brush for the highlights on this one, because these have a very particular shape. Well, first of all, here's the highlight. Which will run down like that. And then here's a highlight. Sort of. But there are also two highlights right here. Like here. Okay. And look like that. They have that shape. And they aren't actually highlights, they should be shade. But you know, I can't shade black more than it is. So you could either make the rest of the bow tie lighter, like this. Could actually work. Okay. Well, I'll be doing that one. And this I'm going to do in the way that I did up there. confusing right now, the bow tie, but I sort of want to add some more black, like right here, in this area. And I totally can, so I will. It's my painting. Like, I keep saying that because it's really important that you keep remembering it's your painting. Your painting. And if someone else feels the need to have an opinion on it that does not agree with your opinion, then you say, well, I don't care, it's my paint. I can do whatever I want. Which is why people use this as sort of their way to express themselves. Because you can. Okay, well, that I'll have to do for now. I don't know if I like it, but I can always paint over it. And I'm sorry if I'm working terribly slowly. You know, I really can't go any faster, and I know that must be really frustrating to watch, but I mean, I want to give you the whole lesson instead of just giving you like a speed paint, because the speed paint, although it teaches you some things, you're not going to know everything you need to know to make this painting unless you've already painted before, and you know the techniques used, you know. Like, if you're familiar with those techniques, then I suggest you go watch a speed painting. You go paint that, because it's going to turn out good, all fine. But you know, if you're not familiar with the techniques used, then it's better to just listen to the commentary and learn from it. And then we're going to add some highlights again. Just going to take a shit ton of time again. We're getting called. I think it was my aunt calling about what time she's going to arrive. Not sure though. There you go. There we go. I'm curious to see what it looks like for you. Oh, that's okay. I want to make this sort of back into the round shape that it once had. Just going to do that really quickly. Like that. And then get some white. Add a highlight right here. we go. There's one thing left for us to do for the bow tie, which are the two bottom flaps. There we go. Why does the song of the Panda Chicks commercial suddenly pop up in my head? This is not logical. There we go. Quite proud of how that turned out. Let's hope we could do the doggy in sort of the same way. And the cupcake as well, because then it is... I think we can. No, it's going to be epic, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it's going to be epic. I'm covering the drawing too much, so I'm going to paint around the drawing for a bit because now I can't see it anymore. The question is, do we want to use warm or cold shadows? I think we want to use warm shadows. Some sort of, I don't know. I will make a little brown. And add a little blue to that. That is more blue than brown. Add some more brown. Okay, there we go. Got a warm shadow. Obviously, there is shade under the hat. The dog. And shade 2. Under the ears especially. And down here. Shade 2. Yeah, there's some shade. You know, if you overdo this, you could always blend it out with some white. I'm really silent. Oh my fucking god. You know what? I have the right to be silent. Fuck. Yeah, definitely do have the right to be silent. Spend too much time right here blending, so this is going to be a struggle. Although, you know, just paint white over it and it'll look sort of like it was blended. So yeah, if you do want brush directionality in your dog, which I do because, well, white is just sort of that colour that just has directionality no matter what you do to it. Unless you give it a full-time cover, which you know I can do, but it's going to be really boring to watch. Plus I kind of like that brush direction and it gives painterly effect as well. I hope the camera's still going, because, this painting takes longer than expected. Actually, let me just sort of add some shade around here. Just covering up that mistake right there. Oh, people really went ham with the fireworks. Oh well. Yeah, again, I'm sorry for the firework thing. There's not much I can do about it. Like, I could start yelling out of the window, but it won't help anyone ever. So, in my perfect, in the perfect world, I will be a millionaire after today. Because today's the lottery. I'm actually only millions and a half to win. Well, I mean, I hope I win. That's pretty logical. I hope I win. Yeah, there are going to be multiple coats on this. Multiple. Because I can still see through it and it's annoying me. Also I can't record all of that because that would take ages and ages. So, hello again.
Dan zou ze nu ongeveer op station moeten zijn, toch?
Nee. 15:18.
Oh, deze geel was. Ja, deze.
14:58. Ja, dat is ja, maar dat vind ik niet zo
Maar
straks.
ze zouden wel bellen, toch?
Ja, als het goed is, bellen ze. Ja. I was talking to my mom, I'm sorry. If you can understand that. That's what Dutch sounds like, people. And it's totally not the same as German, guys. Not the same. For everyone that now thinks we are. Because believe me, there are many Americans that don't know. We speak our own language here in the Netherlands. And probably other countries too, but it's just a stereotype that Americans don't know the world. They just know America. But I'm pretty sure that's not true for most Americans though. Because, you know, you have education too. Okay, it's finally starting to take some shape. The coverage is going well. Go. There we go. Okay, that's okay. Just add some more shading right here. And here. There we go. It looks really sad right now because I painted this and that. Oh my god. He looks terribly sad. Down. That's so bad. Holy shit. Okay, so now want to work on the ears again. For which we'll need a bit of brown. Surprising, isn't it? And a bit of face. Okay. I'm actually leaving a little yellow edge, and I think it looks kind of interesting now. I don't know why I'm doing that, but it looks interesting. Let's just make that a bit better. Okay, so I'm back. Oh wait, yeah. Let me move this chair out of the way. No, that's kind of heavy actually. So what happened is I lost some of the recording that is in the face right there. But it's not too difficult. I'll explain it right here. These are all flat colours, and you add highlights to them, you're done. Like, easy. The only thing you could do is maybe add some white over here and over here. And the highlights are over here if you want that to be exactly the way mine is. But you know, you could do that anyway. If you want the highlights over here, you could put them over here, there's no problem. You don't need to do the stripes on the cheeks. It was just, like, there's no logic behind doing that either, but I just instinctively did that and it worked. So there we go. That's what happened. So now we're going to work on the cupcake itself, and I got a Skype message, very good. This is it. Okay, that's not important. I actually want my hands to kind of... I'm going to just lay my palette down on the ground right now and have my one hand hold the canvas so that it feels like I could do straighter lines, even though, you know, it doesn't really make a difference. This is really annoying as well. Like working at this angle is also kind of annoying, but you know, otherwise you can't see the painting. I'm gonna put the chair down right here and put this on there, and then, yeah, good. So what you're first gonna want to do is just fill in the whole cupcake in red. Like that. So, make sure the brush strokes, if they're too visible, you could try to make them vertical so that they're at least then they fit with the brush directionally. and you know, the red is kind of a transparent color, so if you go for the black, that's not really a big deal. You're not going to see it that much. But what I suggest you do after this is you do another coat of the black. It has no use doing the white coat, that would just look ridiculous, so be kind of careful right with the white, and otherwise just take your losses seriously. Like, you could do another white coat, and then another white coat, and then another white coat before it's really, you know, covered again. But, I mean, I'm assuming we're all lazy. Because I am. Refining the brush directionality. Also, I chose to go with a red because, well, it would match the band on the hat. Like the little red strip. There we go. Oh. A lot of paint right there. Hopefully for you, you've had the instinct ever since you were born when you're colouring in something, and you first do the edges, and then fill in the area where you know you can go wild. Because that's sort of what I'm doing now. Obviously with paint it does not work quite that way because, well, you know, paint, I mean, if you can't reach a certain area because you have too thick of a paint on your brush, and you still don't want to waste the paint that's on your brush, then you're going to have to, you know, use it. If that makes any sense. I'm sorry if I'm in the screen after rumbling out. Conversational topics. We don't know. Like, obviously I could talk about things, but what's the use? Right? Like, unless there's something really important. Okay. Let's try to make that a bit. Okay. Yeah. Now what we want to do is clean our brush And then add white again, because what we did in the hat and in the ears and in the snout, and you know, it all comes back in the cupcake thing. So this right here be a line, and this is white there. And the other is, so we're going to do that. There we go. Okay, clean up the brush because there's too much white on there. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Just sort of. There we go. There we go. Actually, the first line is going to slant with this one. And not all of these have to be the same. I don't know if you've ever looked at a cupcake package quite carefully, but what you'll notice is that one fold is not as wide as the other. I had tried to teach my nephew to paint yesterday, and well, let's just say that things got in our way, and within our way I mean we had some visitors, and my mom didn't allow me to go paint anymore, which well, I thought was unfortunate because I looked forward to finishing this painting. But on the other hand, you know, now I can do this now. I don't have to be bored. So I'm just grabbing tiny bits of white every time. So, the nice thing is, our brother came up with this painting, with the idea of the cupcake animals during a lesson because I was doodling a fox. He was like, oh, could you do a cupcake fox? I was like, okay, I'll do a cupcake fox. So I drew a cupcake fox. That's where this originated. And the nice thing about it is that he does not know I'm doing this painting currently. And there you go. You did it. You actually finished the cupcake puppy. It's really cute. Oh my goodness gracious. That is adorable. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next painting. Bye.